All right, we're live for another thrilling episode of Inside the GEFA. Oh, wrong thing. Let me just figure out how to share this. All right, so week 4 is in the books. A lot happened. Couple games that were a lot closer than we thought they were going to be. And then there was another one that really wasn't close that many thought may have been close. And then there was the Vikings game. All right, so let's get into it. Obviously, Raptors won over the Savages 26-0. Next game we're going to talk about Miners at Vikings. This got pushed back to what, Thor, 4:15?
Yeah, we started just after 4 o'clock. So, I mean,
oh, you got what?
I'll go into the game, I guess. I mean, they showed up lighter than I expected them to. It seemed like they had some numbers, in their home game and stuff. And I guess they had a lot of things working against them coming and playing us this week. I think they only addressed like maybe 14 or 15 guys. The thing is, though, it was like, I felt like we were still dealing with a better team with them than we were against the Mountain Men, and even maybe 1 or 2 of the years of the Thunder. So, I mean, they did have some promising spots, but I also feel like they didn't have somebody that was their true quarterback. They didn't have any real deep threats. They tried to run the ball against my defense, and it just didn't go well for them. I mean, it was a fun game. I mean, just from the perspective of, there was no arguing, no fighting, no putting anybody down. The crowd was having fun. I mean, the other team was genuinely just out there playing football. And, one of our players got engaged in the second half, which was pretty cool. And, as a whole, it was a good day. I mean, I know that there was, some chippiness and whatnot that went down at the Miners game the week before, but I didn't see any of that when they came to play us. Like, they were easy going. And then again, I feel like the tight games are usually a lot more chippy, of course. But I mean, as a whole, it was a positive day.
And what was the final on the score? 86-6 or 86-0?
Yeah, 86-0. But like the second half, we didn't even run. We didn't even pass the ball. So, I mean, we got to run the ball and play defense. But
all right, let's move on to the next one.
What else to say?
86-0, there ain't a whole lot to say.
All right, let's get into Spartans Bolts. Spartans win 54-8. Travis, you watched that one.
He didn't mention that. I know for sure he did.
I did not watch the full game.
He's probably the only one that did watch it.
I did not watch the full game. I watched what probably would equate to the first quarter of it. Yeah, that's about all I could take.
Why? What happened?
You're not baiting me today,
Please tell
James.
us what happened.
You're not baiting me today, James.
What turns you off from the game film there, Travis?
It's not happening. It's not happening. Congratulations to the Spartans on getting one.
Was there anything that stood out to you, Travis, or?
In the quarter that I watched,
Sure.
I missed something. I don't know. I missed something. Trav, what's he talking about?
both teams need a lot of work. That's it. You know, Vinny, you know exactly what he's talking about. You're in our group chat.
Oh, this is too funny.
Yeah, Kerr looks so unamused.
I watched some of it too. He turned it on for 30 seconds and turned it back off.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Oh,
How far
man.
did you make it on it?
See, he won't answer.
Did you say, James?
I didn't even hear what he said.
How far did you make it in the film?
About 2 plays.
The kickoff, the
Yeah.
first offensive play, he was like, fuck this.
I'm good.
Were they good plays?
Moving right
Wow,
along.
moving on.
All right. Let's go to the next game.
Tavares said these dudes get on here giggling about inside jokes.
Who's looking for an answer?
Mustangs 3-0 versus 2-1. Warriors win 30-0.
I did not see this game, so if you guys got any insight, what did I miss?
James, you were at this game, right?
I was reffing.
Give some insight on the game.
You didn't watch the film?
I did.
Missed it.
Go ahead, Brett.
I mean, honestly, the Warriors look good, man. I mean, their offense, their defense played fantastic. Their D line was pretty much in the backfield. Linebackers were flowing to the ball. I think they started the game with a pick six. Mustangs drove down to the 5, I think, turned it over. Dude ran it back for a touchdown. Second possession, they turned it over again. Pretty much after that, I mean, they just kind of sucked the life out of them. Mustangs defense played pretty well. I mean, they didn't play bad at all. They were flying around out there. They were making plays, but the offense just couldn't get anything going. Like, they're really struggling at the quarterback spot, and it shows. Warriors did what they've been doing. They ran the ball well. They played good defense. I mean, their quarterback didn't look like he really had to throw it a whole lot in that game, but for the most part, I mean, Warriors did their thing. Like, their D line was playing great, I thought.
Yeah, I think the Warriors had 2 pick sixes and a safety.
Yeah, their defense was getting after it.
It did. I thought the Warriors looked pretty solid, honestly. I mean, the Mustangs were trending up, but I mean, now that the competition got a little more intense, I mean, do we see the Mustangs of old, or do we get these new and improved Hazleton area Mustangs? Time will tell, but
I mean, I think
Billy was quick to
the
shoot those
ability.
shots. They do.
I think they have the ability. You know what I mean? Like, they need to find what works at the quarterback spot. Because right now it just looks like that's where they're struggling, man. Their offense just really isn't getting nothing going. Like their first drive was their best drive of the game, and they turned it over at the end.
And it was Q run though, right? I believe was kind of the big chunks that they got was scrambling. So again, it goes back to poor line play, putting your quarterback in bad spots.
Absolutely.
Where he can't make a read, he's just got to tuck it and run. And then they went to, I believe it was Brock.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that still didn't change anything.
No, that's what I'm. No, and if anything, I mean, I love Brock, but you got less mobile at that point, and you went from, they're on your ass at the snap of the ball, and we got to get out of there, to now you just went and slowed your offense down by going with a more pocket quarterback and sit and duck back there. Like, what do you want him to do?
Yeah,
he's not going anywhere. The defense knows he's not going anywhere. We don't have to contain. We can just pin our ears and go. Like, yeah, you're not going to get the ball off.
I think the Mustangs had some decent runs in that game. It's just like they really can't find it in the passing game, so to speak. So it's kind of like if you don't have that both sides, like you can't be productive in both ranges. It's going to be tough to beat really solid teams. I mean, Warriors are a solid team. They got good weapons on offense. Their defense is playing really well, especially up front. Their linebackers flow to the ball real well. They see shit real well.
Yeah, Warriors are playing good ball.
I mean, just that was I guess, if you want to say it, a first real test for the Mustangs, so to speak.
Yeah.
Now they got to go back to the drawing board and figure it out because they just got blank.
You can't put up a buck and then come back and not score. Oof.
I mean,
rough. Who do they have next?
That's it.
Comanche.
Comanche. Ooh.
It just seemed like after that first drive with the Mustangs, like Brent said, they went down to the 5. And then once Waleek threw that pick 6, it was like they changed their entire offense, went away from their game plan, and just kind of went into panic mode after the first turnover of the game. And then it wasn't the same after that. The offensive line struggled for the Mustangs. And it was
well, that was the thing on the pick 6 too. Like, I think it was first down and goal, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, there was nothing there. And at that point, you just got to eat it. You got to eat it. If you can't run, you got to eat it. You can't throw that pass in the middle of the field. And especially as Salton is just, like a lollipop as it was, like, you're asking for that to get picked off. I mean, it's a whole lot tighter of a field down there around the goal line, and you trying to throw a little lame duck over the middle of the field. I mean, that's usually the end result right there. So, like I said, they're struggling with the quarterback play. They're struggling with the O-line. That's tough. That's tough. Your defense is only going to carry you so far. Don't really matter. Like, I thought they played pretty well for the most part.
They did. You got to score in this league, though. I mean, you're on a 50-yard field, fast-paced football. Team scoring 70, 80, 100 points a game. Like, you can't get down in the red zone and not come out with points.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a comment from Brandon saying that his defense only gave up 2 touchdowns because I'm assuming he's the D coordinator. That his defense only gave up 2 TDs. Like, you think in a game you only gave up 2 defensive touchdowns, you're winning that game.
You gotta find
that's tough, man.
Yeah, and they gotta put points on the board. There's no, you can't, say that you're taking that jump and taking that turn, and then when you play quality teams, your offense doesn't put any points on the board. Like that. I mean, you played the Bolts and you beat up on them. You played the Skyhawks, you beat up on them. You played the Vikings in the first game of the season, and it was close. You guys got to put points on the board. You got to figure it out.
Tavares says, damn, Brandon threw the rest of the team under the bus. All right, moving on. Skyhawks traveling to the Cyclones. Cyclones win 72-12.
Yo.
Oh shit!
Did you see what?
Yo,
what he
I
wrote?
got it. I know this shit is about me, but that shit funny as hell. Not gonna lie. He said Travis is like he's on one of the late night commercials on MTV promoting a community college. Yo, that shit, baby. That shit was funny as hell. You got that on.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got that.
What the hell did you say, James? The Sky Clones? What the
Yeah, James is in rare form tonight.
He is. He's feeling it.
Almost like he wants to choke somebody out.
I don't know. He might after the last couple days.
Wouldn't be the first time, right, James?
I plead the fifth. All right. Brett, you were there. Talk about your game.
Business as usual. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, we started out with the ball. We punched them in the face. Took the ball from them on the opening on their kickoff return. Punched them in the face again. They came right back though, man. I mean, they got the ball in their second possession, and one snap, kid took it right up the gut. Gone. See ya. You know, kind of over pursued the play. He made a good cutback, and you know that's all she wrote. It happens twice. But you know, I mean, I think the score at one point was 18-12 or something like that, and then that was after they scored their second touchdown, and then we rolled off like 54 in a row. That was pretty much how the rest of the day went. They showed up like 16 guys, something like that. So, and I think that number 0 for them got hurt early in the first quarter. Got his leg rolled up on a tackle, kind of messed up his knee. So hopefully he's doing all right. But yeah, man, I mean, you know, it was as expected, I guess, except for the fact where they punched us in the mouth twice. But they got some ballers on that team, man. Like I told them at the end of the game, you guys just got to stick to the cause. You can't just show up on Saturdays in this league and win games. You know,
Right.
I mean, you might win 1 or 2, but you're not going to be a competitive team. Like you have to put in the work in the off season. You have to recruit. You have to put in the practice time. I mean, look at some of the better teams in this league right now. They're struggling 1 and 3. You know what I mean? Teams that are playoff teams every year, but right now they're 1 and 3. So, you know, if you're not putting in the work, putting in the time.
Did I see
get that pretty
44?
much every week.
Did I see a 44 back on the sideline?
Yeah, you might have.
Did I? I wasn't sure
You
if I
might have
seen
caught
that.
a glimpse of that. Might have caught a glimpse of that.
It's a nice sight if you're into the Cyclones.
Good old Roger. Add a little depth, man. You know, you need that in this league. It's going to start getting hot out. You
Yes,
can't just
sir.
be rolling the same 3 guys up front for a full game. They're not going to last. Got to have depth. Got to be able to rotate guys. So
Wait,
yeah.
rotate guys in what position? On the
D line.
Oh, you mean you carry more than 3? You don't carry a squad of like 37 skill players and 3 linemen? That seems to be the trend. Like, let's sign all the skill players, and we don't need no linemen. We don't need a line. We're just gonna snap it and throw it deep. That's it.
You know, we've learned over the years that
Catch, squeeze, throw.
I agree with you. I'm watching the film from the last couple weeks. You do see a lot of that. A lot of chuck and duck, like not really structured. Just we're gonna run it 1 or 2 plays and then throw a prayer up there.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I guess in our style league, that's kind of to be expected. You got 1 single high safety. Most cornerbacks are playing man 1-on-1. You know, every wide receiver that ever steps on the field feels like they're the greatest wide receiver out there. It's Throw me the jump ball. I got this. I'm gonna moss this dude. So that's how it is.
Yeah, but that, like you just said, like you kind of expect that. You expected that in this league 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's advanced way too quick, way further than just chuck and duck football. I mean, and if you don't
True.
see that, that's and you could see what teams realize that and what don't.
Look at the
and what teams
Buffaloes.
but basically, if you look at the teams that can run the football, you got your top percentage in the league here versus the teams that can't protect and can't run the ball.
I think that's the biggest thing it comes down to. Look at the teams that have solid offensive lines. They're usually the teams that are in the top part of the league because they can do exactly that. They can run the ball and they can protect their quarterback to throw it.
This is Kerr's favorite convo so far, I bet.
He loves this shit.
It absolutely is, and I think there's something to be said about that H-back or tight end that I think you guys, Brent, did that. You were one of the first teams that I've seen when I first started. You and Tavares in that little slot, whatever you want to call wing, whatever, and slide and protect. You know, just kind of mixing it up a little bit to give that quarterback that extra time because a lot of times, like you said, the corners are on an island. They can't cover forever. So if you give a good quarterback a little bit extra time, you're going to be pretty successful in this league.
Yeah, especially when you got a slot receiver and 2 outside guys that are pretty good. You know, like you said, you're going to get one-on-one usually on the outside. There's not many linebackers that are going to keep up with a fast, you know, speedy, can cut on a dime slot receiver. That's even tough for a safety who's got 15 yards, 20 yards of cushion on him. So, you know, it just, like you said, if you can give him that extra second or two to throw the ball, like you got good percentage, good odds to make something happen.
A second or two is such a long time in the 8-man game. The field's only 50 yards.
Yeah.
To continue to go 4 wide like I see some teams do, and then the quarterback struggling. I mean, you're not helping them. You're not coaches. Just watch film. You know, if your quarterback is running for his life, don't run 4 wide receivers out there. It's really not that hard.
I see teams trying to run like 3 with a running back in there to protect, and it's like that's a good idea. At least you're bringing a 4th guy in there to maybe help slow it down. But when the other 3 guys can't even get a hand on the dude they're trying to block, and he runs right around them, that 4th guy don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. Like, I see some teams that can run the ball pretty decently, but yet they want to throw it a lot. It's like, but look at your positive plays. You chunked them for 15 yards, and then you threw it 3 times in a row. You know, I say that as one of the probably most pass happy teams in the league, but
right. But you got to look at the strengths, right? And you got to look at the team. Like you guys can throw the football, and you guys are almost using, you know, your passing game is a rushing attack. Like you're hitting 5-yard hitches and slants, and then you're going deep. You know, you're lowing people up. Whereas a lot of these teams that you're talking to, that they're going 4 wide and they're running 87s on both sides. You know, and they're taking a snap at 5 yards. They're not even moving their quarterback up to get them the ball quicker when your line's not helping. Like there's so many different things that we're not doing as a coaching staff, but everybody wants to say they're a coach. You're not a coach. Sorry, you're not. If you're doing the same thing this year that you did last year and you studied nothing, you've done nothing to make yourself better, you're not a coach. Go to a coaching camp. Go to a coaching clinic. They're all over the place. Go to Nike Coach of the Year clinic. Guarantee they got one in Allentown. Go there, check it out. Costs about $90. Go there.
Yeah.
Do something to learn. Help these guys out.
And it's good material. I've been there before. It's good stuff.
I've been there a couple times.
All right, next game.
All right. Which game did we just cover?
Yo, Trav, he's
We did
with the community college.
The
again.
Cyclones.
He said, "Go there and check it out. Enroll now."
Pay ahead of time.
All right. Next one, Comanche at Tomahawks.
Good game.
Good one. It
Good
was.
game.
Tomahawks win 48-40.
Yeah, it was a good game. Physical. Thought it was
Yeah.
physical up front. I seen the Comanche. I'm not sure who their offensive coordinator is, but they went up top right away because they seen how the defense played against the Cyclones. They played up tight, pressed corners. They took shots. I think that kid's good. That is a good quarterback. I think they dropped a few balls on him, but they got some talent over there. That's for sure. But take nothing away from Lewistown. That team's dangerous. That two-headed monster running attack with 45 and 12. That's two big men coming at you.
Bailey and Dotson.
Caley and Dotson,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think Dotson is one of the better backs in the league that doesn't get the credit that he deserves. He runs really hard. And they kind of use that H-back with, I think his name's Levi. He does
Mason.
really good.
Mason
Well,
plays the
Levi-
tight end spot.
Well, Levi and Mason, I think both were this
Yeah.
last game, and they both did a really good job. That O-line has improved. I said it a couple weeks ago, where they come after you. They're not afraid to dig because they went against a pretty good D-line as well, fast. Not very big, but those boys from the Comanche are fast. I think they got, 31 as a linebacker now? That's ridiculous, as fast as he
played
is.
both. He played DN and
Did
he
he
played some backer. Yeah.
That's raw talent. That kid is, he can play anywhere and start. But that was a really good game.
Seven was doing some damage too. I mean, he was putting on some pressure.
Yes, he was.
It was actually surprising for me to see the Comanche come out right out of the gate. I mean, it was like every single play they ran was we're going straight for the throat. Bombs.
They sure did.
Bombs. They were bombing it. They were taking, like you said, they were taking that one-on-one matchup with no center fielder and just exposing it. And
I think that's a high percentage.
They started to get the run game too.
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
They got Kasim looked like he was running pretty good in this game. He was running pretty hard. Like you said, Dotson ran pretty good from what I saw.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's crazy somebody had to lose that game, but it was definitely fun to watch.
Yeah,
the matchup with Q and was it Buford? That was a good matchup. That was a good matchup.
Q got planted like a flower on that high motion.
Q, you my guy, but Buford got you. Buford took that win, I think.
He ran into Q's chest, and Q went. Just fell backwards with him. I just throw a flag. I'm beat. He got me.
Give Q credit. He didn't back. He kept coming. He kept digging his heels in.
Yeah,
he did.
I think on the deep balls, he played them rather well, but those crossing routes, man, Buford getting across the middle of the field was killing them.
Tough. That's just tough.
Yeah, it is tough. But that's where he was cooking a lot of the times was across that middle on the slants or a deep drag or whatever. Like he was just.
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't recognize the safety for the Comanche. I don't know who that is. I thought it was maybe 18, maybe.
Yeah, he played corner for him last year. Isn't that like Corey Butler or something like that?
I don't know. I didn't recognize him, but
Corey Butler is 18.
Yeah. I mean, it was though. It was a damn good game.
Timmy Beck. That kid is.
Yeah. He caught that pass down at the goal line. I was like, did he catch that? Because I saw the ball bounce up. I was like, what the hell's going on here? That's the tough thing about watching it on film versus seeing it live. You don't get the whole situation of the play. So sometimes you don't get to see the whole thing. Because I was like, did he catch that shit or did it bounce off the ground? I don't know how he caught it.
When does the Tomahawks play the Vikings? Is that anytime soon? That should be a good game. Week 10? Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at? Is that at Mifco?
Night game in Mova.
Ooh.
Oh shit, that is prime
Holy
time.
hell.
Thor's only night game of the year.
Week 10.
Yep.
What's that? June 3rd?
June 3rd, yeah.
Damn. Should go live.
That works out for Thor.
Go ahead. There's something to this because you're smiling.
Yep.
Right.
Do this.
Go ahead.
I just said
It was brewing. You could see it. It was
I
brewing.
just said it works out for Thor.
You don't ever give him a compliment with something else. Let's go.
Never.
He's gonna
I'm just
wait
saying,
5
it
minutes.
works out for Thor because he doesn't do too well in Mifco.
Ooh,
So-
here we go.
Or Stroudsburg.
All right.
Thor, you're quiet tonight, bud. Something on your mind? You stressed?
No, I'm just chilling. I had my son's
putting the
choir
weight-
concert and then a film.
You're
Just
putting
one
a
of them
weight room
days. What's
schedule
up?
together for this week? You putting this week's weight room schedule together?
I mean, my guys are in the weight room all the time. I don't have to give them a damn schedule.
That's not what I asked you. I asked if you're putting a schedule together. I didn't ask you if they're always in the weight room. I hope they're in the squat rack, though.
All right. I get where you're aiming. We'll see.
To the chest.
Any other
Pow,
games
pow,
we-
pow. No, I think that's it.
Benny's feeling special tonight.
He must have sold a couple cars today.
He did
I sell
something.
cards every day. One a day pays the bills, and then some.
All right, let's get on to the last game. Buffalo's traveling to the Wildcats. Buffalo's win 50-48.
Physical. Another one. Another physical game. I tell you.
Yeah.
If you don't know about the Buffaloes, you about to find out. Those boys bring it.
But yeah, they're squatting.
Yeah, I mean, Wildcats were playing good though, man. It's probably
Yeah.
like I told James earlier today. This is probably the best game that I've seen them play all year on film. Like they just look like a much more balanced team. I think JR ran most of the quarterback reps. You know, obviously we all know the struggles that they have up front. Like if you have more time, you'd probably be able to find more of those open receivers. But I mean, he threw the ball pretty well in this game. I think the one TD run, he trucked the shit out of a dude.
He did.
Like he looked like he was pretty determined in this game to win this one.
He did. He did look solid, and so Sweeting looked good running the ball for them.
Yeah,
He
that was the team that I was talking about when I was saying like sometimes they just got away from what they should have been doing.
Mhm.
Like that, they were chunking Buffaloes when they ran the ball on that inside run,
They sure were.
and then they would run it one time, get like 15 yards, and then throw like 7 passes in a row, and it was like you just gashed the shit out of them. Like they were playing against your passing too. Like I think at one point they were only rushing 2 D linemen.
Yeah.
Like you want to run against that all day. You should be winning that battle up front all day. Then it just looked like the Buffalo's run game started to kind of get its traction, man, and they started getting downhill on them.
Yeah, they're gashing the defense a little bit, and so much talent over there, man. I it's sad to see. They should be better than their record. That's for sure.
What, 1-3?
I think it's 1
2
and
and
3.
3.
2 and 3, yeah.
Could end up on the outside looking in real quick.
Yeah, that Levi Cook too is a monster, man.
He just keeps getting hit and hit and
All
getting up.
day, that's
and
all I
hit.
mean.
I'm
Ridiculous.
like, damn, dude, diving over
How
the
about
pile.
how about the QB though with the pancake on the lead block on the toss? I think it was like their second or third run play or something. Like even it's a problem.
Yeah,
That's
they
what they
definitely
do,
added
though,
Thor
that.
ran to get the whiteboard.
That's what they
Russian
do.
two, inside
They're
run.
they're not scared to just do it either. Like they were down twice in that game. I think 5 points. Or like halftime and in the third quarter. And they didn't fold up, they didn't wilt, they just kept grinding away, even when they had to punt the ball and take their chances on defense and not give up another score to be down 2 scores.
Yeah, they never get away from what they do.
That's right. They didn't start dropping back and throwing the ball 20 times because they know that's not what they're built on, man. They'll run the ball 10 times and then they'll hit you with that play action when you're least expecting it. The thing about their offense is they're moving so many guys. You know what I mean? They're faking that dive to the fullback while the wing back's coming around, or wide receiver, whatever you want to call him. He's coming around on that triple option pitch. Like you don't know where it's coming from.
A lot of times as a D line, the decisions you make is where they capitalize. They're waiting for you to make your move, and they're either going to keep it or give it. And that read is crazy.
I thought Wildcats did pretty well in the first half against that run game. And then they started to find those lanes in the second half. And I think the one touchdown run they had, the one touchdown run they ran that triple option, they pitched it. And I mean, there was nobody there. That dude basically walked into the end zone.
And perfect example, like how you were saying, running the same 3 guys out there every series. The later in the season we get, the hotter it's going to get, the harder that run game is going to be to stop, because you're only going to let these dudes bang on you so many times.
Yeah. It's just not something you're accustomed to in this league either. Right. So if you've never played them or you only play them every once in a while, like it's still going to be tough. Like you can watch film all you want. It's going to be a different world when you're in the shit out there trying to figure it out, both players and coaches.
Yeah.
And it only takes one guy in the wrong spot for one of those plays to break.
Yeah, I mean, one
guy
mistake.
out. Yeah, one guy stepping right when he's supposed to step left, and he's gone.
Yeah, they're a dangerous team, man. Wildcats, they got to figure it out. Like I said, I thought that was the best game they played all year. So, maybe they're starting to trend in the right direction. They seem to have, like JR is going to be their quarterback. I think putting Haas in the slot is pretty good. I think that's a smart decision for them. That dude's crazy fast. It's going to be tough for teams to cover him with a linebacker or a safety. Plus, you still got Elliott out there. Like, Elliott's still out there beating the shit out of D-backs all over the field. They just got to figure out how to give time up front. And I think if JR gets that time up front, I think they'll become just as explosive as they were last year, like everybody thought they would be this year with all those new additions that they had.
With JR at quarterback, Sweeting at running back, and Haas and what's two's name? His name slipped my mind.
Elliott
Walker.
Or one or two. Walker, yes, Elliott. And you put one more wide receiver, I'd run trips every down and just make you defend those 3 to one side of the field. That's what we used to run all the time. Pretty successful with trips.
Whoever got the cushion gets the ball. Let's go.
Yeah. Just cut that field in half and work down the field. So
plus you can help your offensive line out by making quicker decisions out of sets like that.
Yeah,
because they ain't going to give you a whole lot of time at this point. I mean, it is what it is.
It's not for lack of effort. They're trying. They're getting after it. They're just. I can't handle O linemen that just stand there and then turn around and look like, oh shit, he just got by me, and watch you get murdered. That's where I got
at least yell to him and give him a heads up before he gets crushed.
But I'm not saying that they're doing that by any stretch, but there are teams out there that I've watched do that. And it's not them, but maybe they'll turn it around. Hopefully they will.
Just proves what been talking about for the last couple of years in this league, man. Like you gotta recruit O-line. Like I watched the Warriors game, Warriors and Mustangs. Their O-line played pretty well in that game. Like their left tackle, that dude's solid as shit. Like so, I mean, they're obviously, I'm sure some of those guys are new. I don't think they had any of those guys on their line last year, maybe one. But, they're still all working together, and they look pretty good in that game.
Good.
Just, you need O-line, man. You need O-line.
All right, let's get into next week's games. First, we got the standings. You got Brent and Thor at 25-3. Then you got Kerr at 26-3, and you got Travis and Vinny holding up the fort at 27-2.
Oh shit. I think Vinny took that loss last week to. Oh no, that's right.
He took the Wildcats.
Yeah, we all took the Wildcat. Everybody did, didn't they?
No.
No? Oh damn! Yeah, I knew I took them. I thought everybody. Who didn't take them? Were we split?
Everybody but you
All
and
the
Kerr.
rest of us. Yeah.
Oh goddamn!
Damn,
Damn,
Wildcat.
how you talked me into that, Kerr?
I know, my bad.
Damn, you knew I've been rocking with the Buffaloes too. Put me in a bad spot. No wonder why my shirt
apparel
didn't come.
they gave you back.
It didn't get here yet because of Kerr.
They cut that FedEx real quick. They was like, "Yo,
talking about, oh, your boy Keys is over there. Don't let him down. They need the back. Come on, Kerr.
I tried. It's probably the officiating that did it for him. They should have won the game. Damn it.
There you go. You could always go that route.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, let's get into next week's games.
Here we go.
Starting off, Wildcats at Spartans.
I got the Wildcats.
And
78-6. They're gonna find it.
Yeah, it's a must. It's not a must win, but it's kind of a must win. I think for the Wildcats, both for the team itself and for their season. So I got the Wildcats. I'll say 66-12.
yeah, I'm going Wildcats. Looking at their schedule here, they got Spartans, Tomahawks, Bolts, Vikings, Miners. This is a must-win. With the Tomahawks and Vikings still left on your schedule, I think they blow them out. I think it's going to be go Wildcats 81-6, 82-6.
Wildcats 58-6 for all the reasons everybody already said.
I probably am calling it closer than all the rest of you guys.
Did you watch that game last week?
Wildcats
Did you watch that Spartans game last week?
I'm going 52-22.
Did you watch that Spartans game last week?
I have clips from it. They were tough, but I'm going Wildcats still 52-22.
Oh my god.
Well, you can watch next week's Spartans game on this free laptop we'll send you when you enroll now.
Oh, Vinny.
All right, next game. Tomahawks at Bolts.
Tomahawks. 52-zip.
I don't know. Let's go 60-12. Tomahawks.
Tomahawks 64-6.
Bolts had a hell of a
Tomahawks.
schedule. I know that.
Kerr.
I got the Tomahawks 54-12.
Thor.
Tomahawks 70-0.
All right, next game. Warriors on the road at the Miners.
It's a long travel for the Warriors.
Yeah,
Kind of weak.
72-6.
80-0 Warriors.
Hold on there, spark plug. All right, go ahead.
Warriors 80-0.
Warriors run this shit out of the ball this week. They don't score as many points. 52-6.
What's the difference if you hand it off and go score, or if you throw it deep and go score? You're still scoring in a play.
Nah, that's true.
Warriors 63-6.
I'm saying it's going to take 2 runs to get to the end zone.
Oh, so they're only going to score half as many points.
So,
it's
you
gonna
know,
take them 2
burn
plays.
40, burn
That's
40
it.
seconds.
Okay.
All right, Thor.
They better hope Delron stays home.
I'm just saying, you know, it's a long travel, be a little groggy getting out of the car.
Warriors 50-12.
They're going to be like, we just shut out the Mustangs. Y'all think we're giving up points in this? You never know.
All right, next game. Skyhawks at Raptors.
Who said that?
Who said that? Yeah.
Who did say that?
That was you, wasn't it, Brent? It sounds like you.
What a week. What a week it is. What week is this?
5.
5.
Week 5.
Raptors 48 to, I don't know, Little Dre gets 1-6.
Damn, that's what I had. 48-6 is the same way. Raptors.
Little Dre's not going to play.
No,
Probably not.
I didn't watch that film, so that's not good then. They're
Yeah,
still gonna get one.
Raptors. And she just said that. We'll go 58-0.
I still think they get one. 52-6.
He has to say that. He gave up points. He's got to say that.
Oh.
Raptors
I didn't give up shit.
32-20.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
What'd you say, Thor?
20.
Raptors 32-20.
They would have been the appropriate single me out like that.
All right. Mustangs at Comanche.
That's probably the best game of the week right here. Mustangs at the
Yes.
Comanche.
Yeah, somebody's got to bounce back.
Oh, Comanche at home. 48-26.
I'm right there as well. I mean, I say 40-18 Comanche.
I got Comanche 62-32.
I'm going Comanche. We'll go 58-12.
Damn. He said,
What'd you
cooking up
say,
a first
Trav?
meet this week.
58-12.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm a little higher than that actually. I got Comanche 72-12.
Damn.
Yeah, you can't block.
Damn.
They're not going to block their front.
Damn.
They're not going to be able to block their front. We just talked about how they don't have a quarterback. Where are you going?
Hey, I'm not arguing with you.
No, I'm just saying.
I agree with
the
your
way you're
assessment.
damning me trying to hype everything up. Last time I did something like that, Billy popped up on a podcast with a whole pack of Newports hanging out of his mouth, smoking them all at the same time. Mad as hell, calling me out.
Yeah, it might be more than that.
it's kind of a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I mean, playoff seating's different this year. You can't just slot into the 4th spot in the Valley with your sub 500 record. Like, might not happen this year.
Yeah, the Comanche are gonna have to pull. They have to pull this up. They got a tough stretch coming up here.
I just think their offense is better. I think that's where they have the leverage pretty much in this game.
The whole fucking pack of Newport.
Let me rephrase that. He smoked a whole pack of Newports while he was freaking out on me on the video here.
The chain smoked an entire pack of Newport.
Yeah, I remember that shit was hilarious.
The heater on the cigarette never dimmed out. Like, it was lit the whole time. And then it was gone. And boom, there was another one.
Just choking them down. Veins popping out and shit.
I'm talking about, we're not going to Bloomsburg to die. Don't you ever say that again.
Is that what that was? Is that what it was about? I can't remember.
Yeah, I said that he was talking about moving to Bloomsburg, and that's where GEFA teams go to die. And he lost his shit and popped up on the thing. James invited him on, didn't tell nobody. Next thing I know, I'm getting screamed on by this cigarette in the dark, and then all of a sudden Billy appears. I'm like, oh shit.
Like the entire fucking.
You know what he said? 72 points. They gave him 24 in 4 weeks.
Oh, God. I can just picture him doing that again. I got to bring him back on.
You could, whatever. It don't matter. I'm not gunning him. He knows what happens. He came on and did it. I'm talking about something he did. Like, I'm not busting you. Like, you did it. And then you go and win a game and call me out. Yeah, you got to hear me now. Like, what? Come on.
All
You
right.
tag me on. Go ahead. Moving on. Moving on. Yo, you did that shit with Greg, too. Greg popped up on me last year, too, snapping out. Like, yo, where'd he come from? Just screaming into the camera. James always setting somebody up.
He's good at it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, last game.
I'm reading the God.
I can't even see. Anyway, Vikings at Buffalo.
Oh,
Is this game of the week?
Yeah.
Thor. What do you think, Thor?
Oh, Jesus.
How you gonna stop that triple option, Thor?
Look, you guys are gonna try to lure me into talking a bunch of
one
shit here.
man. He's got one man caged up right now. He's feeding him raw meat and gunpowder. Beating the cage. Come on, Hoy, let's go. Let's go.
Got him sitting in the dark.
I think it's gonna be
Well,
a
some
good
Chinese
game.
water torture and shit.
I got the Vikings 38-28.
Where's this game at?
Buffalo.
It is at the Buffaloes.
Yeah, Everett, PA.
How long of a ride's for that, Thor?
1 hour and
20
15
minutes.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, Thor don't go far.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
At Mustang
Playoffs?
was a
What?
I also got MOBA.
I didn't even write them down.
44, 26.
Said you also got mobile. Who else took mobile?
I believe Ronnie took Mobile.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, they were walking all over you. I thought I was the only one that was going to take Mo.
Oh,
Yeah, I got the Vikings in a close one. I'll go 42-38.
Kerr, what was your score?
38-28, I believe.
Oh, my chest hurts. Vinny, what do you got?
You went first.
No, I didn't pick yet.
I thought
True,
when
nah,
that
no.
background, I thought when that background
Benny
went
always
up,
waits
that was
till
your pick.
last.
Oh no, what's his name was Tyler said put it back up.
You can't put that up there 2 weeks in a row and go against him, Vinny. Come on
I
now.
didn't say I was going against him. I just said I didn't pick yet. Yeah, I'll wolf it. Fuck it. Let's go Buffalo 46-40 in a double overtime.
Hey,
Vinny must have sold 2 cards today.
So
He must have sold a whole fleet.
Or does not find. Oh,
Yeah, Thor's so mad he looked like he froze. He just went.
I'm chilling. I mean, the Buffaloes are a really respectable team. I expect a great physical matchup with them. It'll be our first time going to their field. We're gonna prepare like we do, and game's got to be played on Saturday.
Is
it's
Everett the
definitely
grass
gonna
or
be a
the
game.
turf?
I believe it's a grass field.
Oh,
If
okay.
they're smart, they put them on grass.
Why they're used to playing on grass?
he ain't gonna sit there and
No, if you
No.
put the Vikings on turf, they're going to be faster. You got to put the Vikings on the grass field. And now come get this work from this O line and these running backs and this big ass quarterback and take this L, Thor.
You're
you know the-
out.
listen. You
Damn
ain't gonna
mind.
get Thor to talk because he don't want to be on the Buffs page when they highlight everybody that talks shit against him.
Yeah, no.
Look, the straight up thing is too. It's like every time you guys get me fired up, usually it's about a team that like has talked trash and disrespected our field and pumped logos or whatever. And the fact of the matter is, I feel like our match.
Yeah, who are we talking about?
I feel like
Stupid fucking t-shirt.
Buffalo so far had like good, straightforward, classy games. Like they're physical. Both of our games last year were in grass. They were up at our field, but I expect a good game out of them. Like I said, I have no issues or qualms with the Buffaloes in any way. I've some of them say that they consider us to be their rivals, but they played for one season. We were the last team that they saw in the playoffs. And, we ended up ending their season for them, and I would expect that. So should be a great matchup.
So what he's saying, if you read between the lines, people, is that they're undefeated right now, but he's about to end that.
What was the score when you played last year, Thor?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
No.
I think
Was it close?
Yeah.
Both times?
the first game was a little bit close. I think the playoff game, I remember it being like 32-12, 36-18, something like that, maybe.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No, it should definitely be a
Well, like
good
I
game.
Yeah, they're teams that like you absolutely have to respect. They've never caused any real beef with us. There isn't a strong rivalry from our end. We're going to prepare for them and expect a big game. I mean, we're playing an undefeated team.
Thor is going to be having a meme of him throwing L's.
Don't you think that they haven't seen a D line quite like yours yet this year? I mean, as physical as your D line is, I think that'll be a test for them right off the gate.
Yeah, and I mean, I think one of the things that a lot of people overlook, like they make, comments here and there, but I think my linebacker core is great. I mean, we have great linebackers that play behind that defensive line, and I feel like, you know, we look forward to a matchup with them because it's a challenge. We like the challenge. We like the extra study, the things that go into preparing for a game like this. And I'm never going to count against my defense or my offense. I feel that it'll be a good game. And that's, I mean, really the more I plan to go into it, I mean,
I think one of the things with the Buffaloes that
So-
overlook is their defense. What's your take on their defense? I mean, up until this week where they gave up 48, they haven't given up higher than 28 points.
I mean, they did play a Comanche team that traveled light and didn't have their quarterback, and they did play the Raptors, which we've seen on the road are a completely different team than they are at home. And they played the Wildcats and who else? The Skyhawks. And, you know, we keep hearing about how the Skyhawks are a bit of a mess, you know, from an offensive perspective. So it's tough to really have, you know, I don't feel like I've got to see how they react to an offensive line like mine. I feel like we're a different style of team than they've matched up with. And, you know, they're going to have to prepare for me just as much as I'm going to have to prepare for them. So
I think the best thing they can do is keep your offense off the field and move the chains. I think that's their key to success. Just taking it easy, not nothing crazy. Get that first down, and if you can stop them, that's where the difference is going to be. My opinion.
I mean, I know we're saying that they haven't seen this or Vikings haven't seen that or whatever, but they have. Both these teams played each other 2 times last year. And they
No,
didn't really change that much
this
from
year.
one year to the next.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I think if anybody changed, it was the Buffaloes. I think they added to their arsenal more than Thor
Yeah.
probably added to his.
Yeah, I know, but we always talk about like how teams are preparing for this run game. I think if any team would be more prepared for this run game, it would be the Vikings. They've seen it several times already. So, you know, I think
Buffalo,
the
you know,
Buffaloes might
they're-
have to throw a little bit more in this one. My bad, Thor. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I was agreeing. The Buffaloes are an improved team, but I mean, I don't know where people, you know, look at where we've added and made improvements, but I feel like our offensive line play, you know, week 2, we struggled. We really focused on dialing things in. Week 3, we improved a lot. Week 4, I mean, you know, we didn't play a super tough opponent, but we improved more. And, you know, our offensive line is a physical group of guys. It's damn near 1,200 pounds of front line. And I feel like, you know, each game we've progressively dialed ourselves in more and really gotten identity when it comes to each side of the ball. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the game on Saturday. I think it'll be a good game.
I like 19 at running back. I think it's 19. I think he runs the ball really well.
Devin Clark.
Yeah, I wasn't indicating that you guys didn't improve. All I'm saying is they added more pieces because you didn't have to add. You won a chip last year. You guys are good.
Right. I mean, again, our mentality wasn't that we didn't have to add. We wanted to improve. And of course, every year, even when you win a championship, there's players that don't come back because of life or age or, you know, going back to a team that they were with or whatever reason. So it does create spots and opportunities for people to join on and help make you better. But like I said, you know, the Buffaloes are an absolutely respectable team. They've been playing some great football. They're definitely improved from last year. And
So who has the bigger game here? Is it the Vikings trying to get back on the top of the mountain, or is it the Buffaloes?
Vinny, you just sat there trying to.
It's not even a question for you. It's a question for the panel. How about that? You don't even have to answer. Hit mute, Thor. It's a question for the panel.
Know my answer.
Who's it a bigger game for? The returning champ or the new 4-0 sitting on top of the mountain right now? They're a new team. There's what, a second-year team? Like who's got more pressure?
Right now, I think it's the Buffaloes. I mean, to
I
stay
agree.
undefeated and move on. I don't think for the Vikings, all they have to do is get in the show. I mean, I don't think for the Vikings this is a must.
It's not because they've been there
What
before.
must
Yeah,
win.
it was just a legitimate question. I wasn't.
That's just me.
I don't think there's really much pressure on either team. If the Buffaloes lose, I still think they're going to see each other again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I think that may losing doesn't hurt them, and I don't. The game's got to be played, but you get each other on film, and you go from there. The playoffs is where it's at. That's where you make your improvements as a coach and as a team, especially if you got film on, that you played that team. You know what they do well. It's because the film in this league, you're not getting a whole lot of stuff other than who the players are. Some of the shit that I see on Mondays and Sundays, I don't know how you can get very much from, but you know who's good and who's not.
Tough.
Brent?
I mean, I kind of feel the same way. Like, I don't feel like there's as much pressure on the Buffaloes because, I mean, obviously the panel spoke. Most of us believe that the Vikings are going to win this game. And I'm sure that's probably how most people feel outside Buffalo Nation. You know what I mean? Like, they obviously are going to feel like they got every right and every chance to go in here and fucking beat the shit out of Mova. But there's probably not that many people in the league throughout that believe that Mova's going to go in there and lose that game. So to me, I think there is a little, maybe if there is any, there's a little bit more on Mova to say, hey, Mountain still runs through us. We still run this show over here. Like, we're still the big dog on top. Plus they're going into Buffalo's house. I mean, that's a big message. You're walking into somebody else's house that's undefeated. You want to throw down a good game. You know what I mean? You want to go down there and bust their ass. So, I mean, if there is,
and this
any
could
pressure,
potentially be
slightly towards Mova.
This could potentially be home field advantage, right? For playoffs.
No, not technically.
line.
Could be the higher seed though.
Right. Higher seed. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Weird ass setup, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just a playoff format. It's just like college football playoff, top 8 teams, regardless of conference. All it basically did was conference, then made the conference crossover games.
Yeah.
Something while playing them. So, I mean, obviously you're going to want to be a higher seed. Higher seed's going to have the home game. You know what I mean? So you obviously want to be the higher seed. I'm sure Buffaloes would much rather host. If they had to host Mova again, they would rather have them at the Buffaloes rather than have to go to Mova. And vice versa for the Vikings. So, it's game definitely, has everything it needs, man. Two solid powerhouse football teams doing battle for fucking mountain supremacy.
Damn dog wants all up in here. What up, Bo? Tell him.
Look like you want to say, "Let's go Buffaloes."
I think that's what he wants to say.
He's like, I hear about all this old line stuff. Yeah, he knows. He sits there watching film with Kerr
all the time. Tell you, buddy.
He'd probably tell you what a 3-tech is before most of these coaches could.
You said it, I didn't.
You thought it though.
Come on, sit down.
James, you should start asking that when these teams come in and they present for their presentations.
What?
Should be like, tell us what a 3-tech is, and then we'll move forward. Like, let's find out we know something.
But the owners are the ones presenting, not the coaches.
Well, you bring a coach with you, please. We need to know you have coaches.
Should be something on the qualification list.
Oh, you mean we needed those? Let me call my boy. Be right back. Jimmy! You played Madden, right? Sorry, I'm done. I'm done.
Yo, Vinny going off. I just want to see these coaches get better. I think they're doing their players service if they're not taking time to, to hone their craft, to learn about what they're trying to teach these guys. And more important than just that, learning the proper technique. Like you watch these games and see these guys that are in dangerous situations because they don't know any better and they're not being taught. I mean, I watched a guy play man coverage on a slot receiver with his back completely to the quarterback. Like, I'm just like, he's going to get himself killed. And hips open before the snap of the ball. Like, why are your hips open? Nobody made you open your hips. They haven't even snapped the ball yet. It just, man, we got to get better coaching these guys. We got it.
I think the players are getting better.
Yeah.
I don't know that, it's tough. It's not easy. YouTube's a hell of a thing, though. You can look up anything you want to look up. You can look up a lot of shit. YouTube will help you. You heard it here first. I just saved your ass.
Coaching 101, YouTube.
YouTube. You can even type in 8-man football. Boom, there it is. Look at this shit. Oh, look at that. They're not running 9 routes every damn play. Look, oh, there's a comeback. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Nah, they are the 2 routes that you see the most: the go and the curl, or come back, however you want to run it. That's it. It's all they got in the playbook.
All right, we got anything else?
No, sir.
All right. That's it for us. We will see you next week, I believe. Have a good one.
Later.